Ironman Cameron McAdoo is in for Daytona Supercross. This coming from Ian Southwell, the team manager, saying, quote, "We've had a good week testing with Cam in California and getting his motor and suspension dialed in. Seth and Levi are in Florida and have done their own testing and both are looking fast. Daytona is always an interesting race because you have to take already stiff Supercross suspension and make it stiffer due to the high speed sections at Daytona. Cameron and Seth have done well at Daytona in the past, and even though it's Levi's first trip there, he's raced the SMX events, which have a similar crossover feel. Now, obviously, this comes after his crash in Detroit, which left him looking like that. And I'm going to say this too, I still cannot believe this is, a week later that they actually made him up and walk. Like maybe he said he wanted to, maybe he fought for it, but I cannot believe that they're letting him walk after that crash and how instantly out he was on the ground. And from his own Instagram saying, quote, "Just grateful to be back home and feeling okay for the most part with just a black eye and some broken teeth." Now, obviously the facial cut too, but I mean this, I cannot, you can see he is completely like Gumby. They're holding him up basically, and I cannot believe that they made him walk. And you can say, tough guy, wanted to do it, fought them to let him walk. Who knows? I cannot believe that these guys, the medical side of this, would be like, yeah, no, sure, we'll just put you in a neck brace and you can try and walk away with this. And I don't get it, man. That there's been a few crashes, and or at least last few, what was it, last week with Jordan Smith, they put him on the backboard and carried him off. That would be, at least to me, the smart way of doing this. But obviously, this is not the year that Cameron McAdoo wanted. Coming into the first race with the ACL injury, obviously going to be a rough year in general. And then now with this crash, I think he's, correct me if I'm wrong, 11th in points, something like that. So he's out of it. I mean, to be honest, like he's out of this championship. I don't understand why. I mean, I guess at this point, you're not going to be able to have the surgery and be back in time for uh, motocross. But I mean, this championship's done for him. You can't get anything out of this. You're 11th in points. You're going to, the best you could possibly maybe hope for is a third. It's not really anything in this for him. He's probably not going to win a race with the ACL injury and dealing with that. It's just the chance of getting hurt worse, more crashes, or crash, harder. And I don't honestly see what he's getting out of this. I mean, obviously, you gotta say these guys are incredibly tough. There is nobody on that start line that is 100%, whether it's something little, something big like an ACL, somebody racing through broken fingers or, fractured shoulders. There's just a ton of injuries this year. And it sucks. You gotta say, McAdoo is one of those guys that is here every single year, always injured, always has a big crash. I mean, sparks to mind instantly the starfish crash that he had into the face of the over under thing. But I don't know. It's, to me, it's a, I don't know why. I mean, I get it. You can go out there and, if you get some points, it's good for the playoffs or it's good for SMX, whatever. You might get another podium like you did in the first round and get a little bit of bonus money. But you're out of the points. You're just racing for pride at this point, and who knows? To me, it's not worth it. I mean, what are you going to get out of this year? Because you're going to be hurt all through Supercross. That ACL is never going to get better, especially racing on it, which means you're going to be hurt going into motocross, and then you're going to be hurt for SMX. And I guess at that point, you can say, well, after the season, I can get surgery on this knee if I need it, and we'll see where he falls. I mean, you gotta give it to him for continuing to go. He very much could have just said, nope, screw this. I've got an ACL injury this year. I'm out. But I mean, he's also what, like 27, something like that. Like he's old. If I was going to say this, he's old in comparison to the sport. So for him, he's probably got to race. He's got to, you know, he's been in the 250 class for a very long time, and at some point, it's got to be either move up or get out because he's been on that team, injured every single year. You gotta say, Mitch Payton has a lot of patience. Let's put it that way, or really, really deep medical pockets because he's been paying out a lot of racing time with very little racing happening. And I don't know. But I'm gonna ask you guys, comment down below, tell me what you think about this. Are you excited for Daytona? Obviously, it's a Very different track compared to a lot of the other Supercross tracks. Very popular one. But I'm gonna ask you, comment down below, tell me what you think. Are you going to it? Who do you think is gonna win it? Who's gonna win the titles? Whatever it is, comment down below, tell me what you think. While you're down there, make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the fun things the platform allows you to do, because it really just helped me out. I appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you later. Peace.